Hey guys, how you doing? Little different set today. I'm usually usually outside, but today it's cold. Um, we were out there earlier breaking some ice and doing all that, but we are coming at you from my office today. Now, for those of you that don't know, in addition to working the farm, I also do a lot of coaching. I work with a lot of companies around the country, and uh, I help them and get them profitable, get them moving along, and get them performing at their highest level. But today, there's something I want to go over, all right? And it has to do with farms. Shocking, right? Farms. And for those of you that don't know, there are a lot of farms that are closing and have closed throughout the United States. And some of you may say, well, we know that because China and other foreign entities are buying our farmland. And they got to be buying it from somebody. So somebody's selling it as a result of them either being closed or closing or being incentivized to sell. So, with that said, I'm going to read you a couple things here. Farms are closing across the United States due to a number of factors, okay, including high cost, land development, and changing market demands. The other thing is people don't want to farm. There are these outliers when, you go on YouTube and you see folks that are farming, kind of like Lauren and I. We got into this because in a lot of ways we were bored. We were doing what we were doing. We got bored. We were looking for something challenging, something hard, something new, something fresh, something new to learn. And that's what brought us, to farming. And it's been a lot of learning for sure. And another reason why I'm inside today, yesterday we spent the whole day in the barn. We had the vet here. He was doing a surgery. We put it in one of our previous videos that you'll see. We had a cow, a steer, a 2-year-old that had a distended bladder. And this cow, steer rather, was not able to urinate. So we had to have the vet come and literally, slice its urethra so that the cow can release fluid. Now, that's what happened. Put a catheter in. That's in the video. And ultimately, the cow did not make it. This morning, we went out there and the cow was lifeless. And it was horrible. Last night, we were there. We gave the cow some painkillers because we knew that it was distressed and not feeling great. And it was horrible. That's all I can say on that topic. And anyway, it's just one of those things. So a lot of people don't want to go into farming anymore because of, you're like an on-call doctor all the time. You're always on call. And with that said, a lot of people are not willing to give up and give up their life for, say, animals or for something like this. They're not willing to, commit, right? It's fun. You see the video, oh, that would be great. Let's get a farm. Let's start a homestead and all that. But then you realize you can't get out of it. Once you start it, it's like every day it keeps coming at you. And a lot of people struggle with that. In my coaching career, a lot of people struggle with consistency. They struggle with commitment. And farming is nothing but consistency and commitment. So you can see why a lot of people don't want to get into it and why they struggle with it. But anyway, going back to some of this here, and I'm going to read it to you because I can't remember everything. Just a couple interesting stats. Between 2017 and 2022, the number of farms in America has dropped by 7%. Okay? Not a huge number, but big enough to be concerned. The states that lost the most farms, Texas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. So the Midwest, they're starting again to see some of these farms disappear. The states that lost the largest percentage of farms were New Mexico, Arizona, and Wyoming. Now, we're in New York. Our farm is in New York. Freedom Farms is in New York. And in the last 5 years, this is very interesting. New York has lost about 3,000 farms, including 1,865 dairy farms. That's a big deal. All those beautiful barns you see, when you drive around up here, you can see some of them are collapsing, broken down. Some people are taking them down and selling the wood for survival. It's a sad situation to see in upstate New York. Again, some reasons. why this decline is happening. High production and labor costs. I can attest to that. Labor's expensive. The cost to fuel those tractors, expensive. Even our propane bill, right? It's up 36 cents a gallon in the last 90 days. That's a big deal. And then, you have all your other, fuels that you have to buy in order to run the farm. Maintenance, we just had a $900 bill to do a maintenance on our skid steer. That's just a maintenance. Um, Change the oil, check the fluids, run the computer through it. $900 bill. Another $430 to run some codes on our John Deere tractor. So you start breaking all this down, and you can see the costs are pretty high and why some of these farms aren't making it. The other thing is there's consolidation. Some of the bigger farms are buying the smaller farms and sort of pulling them in, which isn't the worst thing because at least the ground is being farmed and the farm is staying in farming. Okay, so the bottom line is the number of family farms are shrinking here in upstate New York. So you're going to start to see a lot of land um, really start to look terrible because farmland requires a lot of day-to-day maintenance. It requires a lot of work. You got to brush hog it. You got to put money into the land, or else it becomes briars and weeds and gross. So like a lot of the land you see when you go for a drive out there. So anyway, these are just some of the things that I wanted to put out there. So I'm saying this because look, if you have a desire to get into farming, there may be some great opportunities out there for you to do it, but you got to know what you're getting into. You got to realize that you're getting into something that's going to require work every single day. It's going to require you to show up every single day. I remember when we first started the farm, we had a mama pig give birth to a litter of piglets. She abandoned the litter. So Lauren and I were out there every 2 hours feeding these piglets that were abandoned with a syringe. And it was horrible. It lasted for a couple of days, and then one started to die, the other started to die, and we lost the whole litter. And we lost a lot of sleep as well. So it is tough. And if you're looking to buy a farm in upstate New York, again, you got to contend with this vicious weather that was minus 20 this week, winds, snow, and the animals struggle with that. But here's the thing. If you do want to get into farming, there's an opportunity. And it's encouraged because who wants to see all this land taken over by foreign entities? Who wants to see big companies come in and buy all this land and maybe put developments in or use and abuse the land? Uh, we got to get back to the mom and pop farm. We got to get back to people wanting to work the land because of the physical component, but most importantly, the mental component. A lot of people today are dealing with mental health issues. You hear a lot about this, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of just mental disturbance that people have. But I tell you what, when you're out there with animals on a day-to-day basis, you don't think about that. You're not thinking about yourself, you're thinking about the animals. So these are all things to think about and to remember, truthfully. Spending time outside, working outside, using your hands, using your strength, using your mind, it makes you a stronger person. So farming isn't just about farming the land, it's also about farming your mind. It's about farming um, to make yourself a better person and a stronger person. So again, I'm saying this today because I'm trying to take a little different twist on the channel here. Usually I go around the farm, we talk about the animals, we talk about some of our neighbors who are and have been pretty terrible. But ultimately, we want to encourage people, young, old, midlife, wherever you're at, to take a shot on farming because the land needs you, and it's an exciting adventure. I'm going to use a name here. AJ Klein is a player who used to play for the Buffalo Bills, and we have been communicating with him for a while. And it was great to see him and his wife bought some land down in Tennessee, and now they're farming that land. And this is awesome, right? You got a former professional athlete who now has a farm and he's learning about it. He's on the tractor, he's feeding the animals, he's figuring it out. and it's giving him something to do that's challenging and purposeful. And it's also strengthening his family. So very, very cool to see. And it's happening all over. A lot of professional athletes now are starting to get into into the sport of farming, and it's keeping them busy. It's keeping them purpose driven, and it's keeping them healthy mentally as well. So again, farming has so many benefits, and I'm just talking about this today because I want more people to at least think about getting involved. Maybe you volunteer your time with a farm. Maybe you end up buying an acre, 2 acres, 6 acres, 7 acres, or whatever. But ultimately, start thinking about what you can do to resurrect some land, to start resurrecting some farms in your area, and the impact that you play in this whole farming ecosystem. At the very least, support your local farmers, support farmers so that those farmers can keep the land going and can keep the spirit of American farming alive and well. More people are coming back to the land. More people are excited about eating well, maha, right? And you play a part in it, we play a part in it, and we're just trying to inspire others to play some part in it. So that's what I got for you today. Again, something different than just walking around the barn. It's cold, it's warm in here. And again, we're going to keep this thing going. So again, this is Dana from Freedom Farms. We are freedomfarms.com. Check us out. If you guys happen to be in the area, reach out, let us know. We'd love to show you the farm, get you some farm raised meats. And if you're not in the area, well, we can ship them to you. We ship Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday all around this great country, small boxes all the way to whole cows, half cows, quarter cows, whole pigs, half pigs, quarter pigs. So let us do that for you. Enjoy farm raised meat, and let's get these farms here in America going. Let's get them going again. So we're going to make America great again. We're going to make farms great again, and we're going to make America healthy again. I'll see y'all soon. Thanks for hanging with me today, and maybe we'll do more of this. We'll see what the numbers say, and we'll talk to you soon. See ya.